Hello and welcome everyone, it's Lainey. Um, I've decided to put my 50 things before I'm 50, which I did for my blog. I've decided to put it onto YouTube as well, so I'm going to sort of talk through it. Um, I am 44 at the moment, so I've still got, is it, I can't even add up anymore. I think it's nearly 6 years. It's just under, be like 5 years in June, so yeah. um Anyway, I given a lot of like the sort of mental health and physical issues that I had. Some of the things on here are just everyday things to most people. Some aren't, but some are, and I just thought, well, it's down to your 50 things, isn't it? So for some people these may be easy, for me, you know, and each to their own and all that sort of thing. So anyway, if I say so anyway again, honestly, I've actually completed some of them anyway. I did this in February of, I think it was this year. Yeah, February of this year I wrote it. So here we go. Number one, they're not in any actual, just before I say it, they're not in any actual order because it was just down to like what I was thinking of at the time. I didn't put them in any preference of what's most important or anything like that. I just wrote them. So here we go. Number one was to leave my bedroom. I've actually obviously done this. The first time I did it was the 23rd of May this year. Prior to that, I hadn't left the house for, well, I hadn't left my room for over a year. I hadn't left the house for nigh on the same, if not a little bit longer, and then that would have only been a hospital appointment. So obviously, it was when I got my wheelchair, so I was really chuffed about that. Going outside on my own, because I hadn't done it for like, I think it was over 8 years when I finally did. And I also did this on the 23rd of May this year. Um, it might have only literally been down the road from where I live, but it was on my own. I mean, I've since done a lot more than that. I've gone around the block. I've come back from Tesco's on my own, crossing like really big roads, not big roads as I call them, but like, you know, busy roads. Um, and then number three was to visit my parents. I hadn't seen my mum and dad for just over a year, so obviously to go and see them was amazing. I did this on the 22nd of August this year. I've been to see them a couple of times more, and I've met them in Tesco's cafe, which is amazing. Number four is go in the shower. Haven't been in for years. Unfortunately, I've just been able to have bed washers and nothing more. It's not the best thing, you know. I have just gotten a new sling for my hoist, and I've just gotten a shower chair. So this isn't long away, and I really can't wait. I honestly think that once I get in there, I'll be like, just leave us here, just go, just leave us in, come back in like, you know, a few days or something. Um, and number five is to go to the shops. I did this on the 19th of August. We went to B&M, and I hadn't been in a shop for like 12 years. It was just proper sensory overload. Like I was over the moon to be out, but I just couldn't take it all in because there was just so much stuff around, and it was just amazing. I spent £50, and I don't think I can even remember anything that I got, but it was just such a great thing to be able to do again. And I've since been in Tesco, Poundland, Lidl, so you know it's getting there. Number 6 is learning to play the keyboard. I have a keyboard in the cupboard. I've had it quite a while now. Never attempted to try it. Always wanted to be able to, because I love to write. I always thought that if I could learn music, maybe I could write a song. I know it's like distant dream from when you're like a young, but like, you know, maybe I could. Like, who knows? Maybe one day. Number 7 is get a tattoo. I've said since, I don't know how long ago I can remember, definitely probably from being about 30-year-old, which is like 14 years ago, I've said to myself, if ever I got to the point where I changed my life and I felt obviously not like normal, what is normal, but like I felt good about myself, I was losing weight, I was able to take control, and I think that's probably it, like have the control of my own life back, to a point I suppose, but then I wanted to get a tattoo to represent that. And I've always wanted a phoenix. The phoenix obviously represents rising from the ashes, and that's kind of how I feel. I feel like I've been given this new chance and started again. Do you know what I mean? So I'd love to be able to get a phoenix, and I'm planning on getting it on me. I think it'll be my lower arm because obviously I've got a lot of extra skin. With the weight that I've already lost and the weight that I'm planning on losing. I'm not sure when to actually get it done. In a way, I feel like my life's changed completely just based on my mental health. Regardless of like the 18 stone loss, but that alone, like the mental side of it, is just, I think it's what obviously helps us to continue with the losing weight, because I think if you sort out your mental health, which is what was always key to my eating, because it was my comfort. So yeah, I think I would like to get a bit further along before I get it. Not because I don't think I should. It's just that I don't want to kind of, I mean, have get it and obviously lose too much weight that it sort of slides down my arm a bit or something. I mean, I guess it would look like it was flying. That's one point. The next is to go to a football match. I am a massive Sunderland football fan, and I've never been to a match in the Stadium of Light, which is our ground, and it's been there just over 20 years, I think now. I'm trying to think. Is it 20 years? Anyway, and obviously I've never been able to go, but I'm hoping that I can do that soon. Maybe not. I don't know if I manage to get there by the end of next season. Maybe I will, like before the end of next season. If I could go to say like an April game maybe next year, not sure, but if not, definitely the season after. Number 9 is to write a book or a short story. I love writing. I've got a really vivid imagination. Always having like stories and stuff going around in my head. If I could just get them out like instantly, it would be amazing, rather than have to write, because the speed my brain goes, my fingers just can't keep up. So when I read it back, sometimes I have to go over it and over it, and I guess that sort of slows us down and maybe stops us doing it, because I've got loads of started stories and started essential books that I was going to write, and also loads of poems that I've written, but hopefully it's something that I can do. Number 10 is to go and see a musical. I love musicals, and I've never actually seen one in the theatre. I've watched them online and on TV and stuff when they've come out, but I've never actually seen one properly in a theatre, and I would absolutely love to go and see Wicked. But again, it's something that is to come, and as soon as I can, I will basically. Number 11 is to go to a concert. I've never ever been to a music concert ever, but again, it's something that I'd love to do. I'm not even sure who I would go and see, but I just want to go and see someone. I wish I'd stop saying M, because I've like literally said it the whole way through this. Sorry. Number 12 is to raise money for various charities. And though I actually currently do this, and I've already done this prior, which include Obesity UK Help. I haven't actually raised funds for them, but I do help them by being like an admin type thing. But I'd really like to do something for like mental health. I have helped with a children's charity, and I have helped with an animal charity. But I want to do something more. I haven't got a clue what. I did think about putting a number of my poems together and maybe see if I could sell it as some sort of little booklet thing. I don't know if it would work. And then all the money that came from it would go to the charity, but I'm not sure if it's something someone would buy. I'm not sure if it's something that can be done. I'm not sure of the cost of it or any of that stuff, so it's something I really need to look into. Number 13 is to go to the cinema. I haven't been to the cinema since 2001, and I'm sure that was the first Harry Potter. I took the kids to see the first Harry Potter, and I haven't been back there since. So I would really like to go, especially to see something like a Marvel film or something, because it's just that big screen, big sound. You know what I mean? It would be brilliant. Number 14 was getting weird, because at the time when I wrote this, it was coming up for a year since I'd been weird. But I actually achieved this on the 29th of March, so I have gotten weird, and I am due to get weird again on October the 16th. That's it, and hopefully, I'm down some more. In an ideal, perfect world, I'd love to be at the 20 stone loss, because October I think it's the 24th, marks exactly 3 years since my biggest weight. So I'd really like to get like the 20 stone loss for that. However, I need to lose 1 stone, 12.5 pounds to do that, which is quite a big ask. So any loss is obviously going to be brilliant. So I'm just going to look at that and not try and think too much ahead, because I think it just, you always, well, the previous me would have just looked at it as failure, whereas now, like, I just think, if it's down even by £1, you're still down from where you were. And also, if you weren't doing what you were doing, you'd probably be heavier than what you were. So anyway. Number 15 was to go to my brothers and sisters' houses. Obviously, I haven't done this in years, and in fact, my brother's moved, and so I've never been to his house. Number 16 is to go on holiday. I haven't had a holiday in about 20 years. And I don't suppose this is going to be easy, because obviously the wheelchair and the issues around that, I'm not really sure how that would work. I know there is wheelchair facilities out there, but it's all the other things. I mean, I have an airbed and things like that, so I'm not really sure how it would work, but maybe there'd be something that I can look into, or that being further down the line, in a few years' time, it may be something that's easier then. So obviously I'll be looking into it then. Number 17 is to visit my friends, because they always have to come to me. Although now I could actually meet them. I could meet them in the cafe, or I could meet them in the pub, which isn't too shabby, is it? Number 18 is actually to go to the pub. In a sense, I've actually done this, because me and my daughter, a couple of weeks ago, we went to the park, and just along from the park there's a pub called the Grange, and we just sat outside, and we actually only had pop. Just got a Diet Coke, because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get the wheelchair in. I think now that I probably would have, but we had the dog with us because we'd been to the park, so we stayed outside. And when she was out, when she didn't have ID with her, so obviously they wouldn't serve her. But we just had a Diet Coke, and it was nice. So I guess that still counts as going to the pub, doesn't it? Number 19 is to get under 20 stone. So then, therefore, having my weight start with a number 1 rather than 2s and 3s and 4s at even one point. God, that's hard to it's hard to say. Anyway, number 20 is to read more books. The weird thing is I've got like 3 books on this table, and I've started every one of them, and I've just lost interest, and I've put them down. And I used to read a lot, but I just can't seem to get into anything. And I really miss reading, because I used to love it. I used to like the escape of it, you know. And I don't know if it's because I've got so many ideas of my own that sometimes when I read, I'm like just looking at the idea, you know, I'm just sort of looking at what I might have done, or thinking about it that way, rather than, you know, reading the actual story. I get distracted and sort of go off on my own things of what might happen in this book that I'm thinking of instead. So maybe I do need to write something, and then at least maybe I'll be able to read again. So number 21 is to do more distance learning. I did a health and nutrition last year, and I wanted to do more, and I did start one. Now, I was meant to do it on counselling, but unfortunately one of the elements of it I wasn't able to do at the time, which was to do an interview across the table. At the time I wasn't in the wheelchair when I started the course, so I had to change, and they went through what spaces they had left on the other courses, and there was a few different ones. Some of them were based on business and things like that, which weren't of my interest, and so the only other one was common health conditions. And I've done it. I literally just finished it the other day. It's been a struggle, I have to say. Like, it's been a struggle, and I don't know if it was just because, one, it wasn't my choice, and so that made it harder. 2, because I'm able to get up and get out now, and especially in the beginning I was getting really, really tired afterwards, so I wasn't able to really do anything. Like, I was literally falling asleep after I would come back in that. So I don't know if that was part of it, but I spoke to the college, and they did extend the time frame on it for us, which was really nice of them, because I kind of really wanted to do it. I've always been the sort of thing that, I gave up and I didn't finish it and blah blah blah. But I thought, no, like, you've set yourself to do it. You put it on your 50 things before you're 50. You've got to do it now. And I'm really pleased that I did. I'm really pleased that I did get to finish it, and I have finished it. So I'm just waiting for, like, to hear back from that, and to confirm it's all fine. I'll get a certificate and everything. So that's brilliant. So I need to, once I get the confirmation back, I'll mark it off on here as done. Number 22 is to cook. I haven't done it for years, because obviously I've been stuck in bed, and so therefore I haven't been able to.